2024 changed everything for me. You know, I really went from posting inconsistently to seeing some real growth. But in 2025, I'm going all in, and I really want you to be a part of it. And I even have a special challenge for my wife, but I'll get more into that later. There'll also be a timestamp if you want to jump ahead, but stay tuned. So now, in the last 6 months, I really started focusing on this channel seriously. And I went from posting, potentially 1 to twice a month, maybe. And a lot of that was just because I was really held back by my own doubt and my own inexperience and a lot of fears that I was trying to overcome. And if you watched the last video about how YouTube changed my life, I'll go into a little bit more detail about it. But at the end of the day, I was really just trying to push myself to improve. And somehow we've really done it. In the last 6 months or so, I've gotten over 100,000 views. And this is a guy who just mostly talks about Timex watches and what I've learned from it. To me, that's absolutely wild. But here's the thing, I'm not stopping there. 2025 is a year that we go all in. More videos, more watch reviews, more connections, more giveaways, more everything. And I want you to be a part of the journey because without you, it's not really worth it. Because this isn't really just a channel. I want this to be a community. And I want to take you behind the scenes and see everything that we have coming up next. From the websites to the blog to maybe something else still cooking on right now. But before we look ahead, let's talk about how I got to this point right here. So there were 3 different Bible verses that really helped me focus in the past few months and really guiding my mindset for 2025. And the first one, which I think is important for moving forward, is understanding Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart, as if working for the Lord and not for men. That really hit home for me because I spent so much time second guessing myself, wondering if all of this was worth the effort, if people actually enjoyed it. But once I committed to giving my best effort, no matter what, everything really started to change. And it's hard to say what the specific moment was. There's a lot of different signs that I kind of picked up on, whether it be your guys' comments or engagements or just thoughts. But I think a lot of it came from actually the beginning sermons that we had this year at my church. So I go to the Church of the Highlands and Pastor Chris was having this conversation about things that we need to go all in our lives. And in that realm, it was talking about going all in with faith. And so me and my wife, we sat down at the beginning of the year, started to talk through the things that we wanted to go all in. For one, we wanted to go all in faith. We wanted to go all in our family, and then each of us picked a different thing that we were going to focus in improving over the year. So my wife, she actually picked running, and she's been doing a great job. So she's actually training for an ultra marathon right now, and so I'm super excited to support her later on this year. And for me, it was going all in on YouTube because what I found is I love this community. I love watches. I love talking about it. I love sharing the stories, and I want this to be something that I can do long term. And so while I'm not monetized or making money off of it yet, I said, you know what? I'm going to put money aside. I'm going to put all my heart, my soul, my effort into making this channel the very best it can be and see where we come out at the end of the year. And that's what actually led to a challenge for my wife. To support me in this goal and to kind of support this journey, she made a deal. For every 2 subscribers I get, I'll basically get $1 towards a watch. And at the end of the year, however many subscribers I have, I'll take that money and be able to buy a watch. And so if you guys want to help in this journey and help me get that new goal, I'm really trying to get to like 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers because then I should be able to buy my dream Rolex. And I can talk about that later. Just drop in the comments and I'll let you know what that is. Now we got to get into the first announcements. But before we do, I want you to realize that some of these things have actually already started. And this is really just a video marking the official announcement of all the things moving ahead. So all of these things are up, going, and live. So please check them out. And the number one thing is the launching of wristunwound.com. This is the official website for the channel, and this is going to really be a central hub for everything we do, from blog posts to interviews, collector features, and even a space where you, yes, you can submit your own stories. Because Wrist Unwound isn't just about my journey, it's about ours. It's about where stories are more important than the specs, and I need your stories. So if you scroll over to the website, on the top of the page, there's a little button. You can submit your stories. You can also drop it in the comments or DM me as well, because I would love to hear your stories. And I would like to get to a section where every week I can share some collector stories from people all around the community. So check out the website, check out some of the blogs that are already up, check out some of my articles, and let me know what you think. If you have any ideas of how to improve it, let me know. I'm not a web designer, I'm just a about average YouTuber. And you might be wondering, what inspired me to make a blog when there's so many different blogs out there? A lot of it actually came from Hodinky, a little bit from people of New York, and then just my own frustrations with the watch community. Because I love watching talking watches, so this is no disrespect to Hodinky. But as cool as it is to see Ed Sheeran and Kevin Hart and NBA players talk about their watches, in some ways I don't really connect. You know, my collection is worth less than one of theirs. I'm probably never gonna own an AP or multiple Rolexes. But I really still want to share stories. I want to see people like me to talk about their watches, talk about that Casio that you got for your birthday, talk about the time you saved up 3 years just to get one Tudor. That's amazing. And that doesn't make our story any less valuable because we don't have $100,000 watches. And so I wanted to create a place for stories like ours, for videos like ours, for people like us. And that's the reason why I created worstunwound.com. Now, the announcement number 2, which you've actually may have already noticed, is I'm trying to double, if not triple, the amount of content that I'm putting out. So right now I post about 1 to 2 videos a week, but in 2025, I'm really trying to get to the point where I'm posting 2 to 3 videos per week and maybe even trying to go live in there. Because what I realize is the more content I create, the better I get and the more valuable content I can bring to you. So I want to do more reviews, more how-tos, watch tutorials, deep dives into the stories behind watches. And you've already seen some of those already, whether it be the video about the history of chronographs, the history of GMTs, me diving into different brands and different countries' watch history. All of this is a part of the process of trying to create more content for you guys. And I even have a new series that some of you seem like you already enjoy, some of my time twisters, in which I take different watches and compare them to different things like colleges and sports and food, restaurants, all those kind of things. But in order to do this, I'm gonna need you guys' help. So make sure you always leave comments of the ideas that you like, the ones that you don't like, or anything that you want to see in the future so that I can make content that you guys want to enjoy, because at the end of the day, this is all about you. Now, announcement number 3 is gonna sound weird and you probably never noticed it because this is a watch channel, but I've actually never done a full or dedicated watch review, and that's gonna change in 2025. You see, I've shared my thoughts on watches, sure, but I've never really broken them down the way that many of you have asked for. And this year, I'm gonna be doing some detailed, no-nonsense watch reviews that really go above just the specs. And so, there's a lot of watches in my collection that I can break down. There's a lot of watches out there that, I could cover. So if you watch my State of the Collection, you've seen all 160-ish watches. Let me know in the comments down below if there's a specific watch that you want me to break down. But a couple that I know that I'm gonna be bringing out soon is a comprehensive look at the Galley S2. I'm also gonna be breaking down the Expedition North Titanium because that is probably my most worn watch. And then I may be breaking down this one. And you're wondering what it is, and I can't really show you because this is really a special announcement that'll be coming soon. So stay tuned for that one because I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy it. Now, another thing I'm super excited about is announcement number 4 is gonna be connecting with more collectors and creators alike. See, this is the heart of my 2025 goals, connecting with you. And in preparation, I've really been trying to reach out to more collectors and more creators, more brands to interview them and share their stories. And whether it's through Instagram DMs or even phone calls, I just wanna hear from you. And one of my guiding verses for this year, other than the first one I mentioned above, is Matthew 6:21. For where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. And you are my focus. This community is my focus. And if you're a collector with a unique story, or if you're a creator looking to collaborate, or you just love talking watches, let's connect. And some channels that I'm really looking forward to working with this year is going to be Killing Time with Norman, Trap Vision 3D, Skylar Santana, Tom Hudson, and so many more. And it's not just the collector channels that I want to talk to. I want to talk to regular collectors like you and me. Like I talked about before, I want to be the talking watches of everyday collectors. People who just enjoy watches and enjoy talking about them. So if you have a collection of one, a collection of none, or you just love being a watch enthusiast, please reach out to me because I would love to have you on the channel. And you don't have to be an expert. We can talk through beforehand to make sure you're good to go. But I'm just excited to share you guys' stories and share them with the entire watch fam. Now, one thing that I've also been thinking about, hear me out, what if I did a Wrist Unwound podcast? Some interviews, some deep dive discussions, maybe just some casual watch talk and news. It's something that I've been considering and I'd love to hear what you think. Would you listen to a podcast from me? What kind of guests or topics would you want to hear? Just drop a comment down below if you think that's something I should explore, but that'll definitely be later on in the year. And now last but not least is I want to find ways to give back to the community because at the end of the day, this channel is only possible because of you. Your support has been incredible and I want to give back in every way that I can, whether it's through content, collaborations, giveaways, or just making and celebrating your stories as much as I can. This is really the heart of everything that I do here. And so what do you want to see from Wrist Unwound in 2025? Drop a comment, DM me on Instagram, or even a message through a website. I want to hear your ideas and your feedback. What excites you most about the future? And what are you missing from other channels? Some channels might be too big to hear from the regular day people, but hey, you can talk to me directly anytime you guys want. So, of course, if you enjoyed this and you want to be a part of this journey, make sure you hit subscribe and help me get towards that goal. And let's see how many subscribers I can get before the end of the year. And then hit the bell icon so you can see the new things that are coming out. Because this is going to be one of the biggest years yet. And I want this to happen together. And so I'm going to be taking my own advice. I'm going to be trusting in myself, I'm gonna be trusting in God, and I'm gonna watch the amazing things that are gonna happen. And I hope to see you as a part of the journey. God bless and peace. Doo-doo.